Hey everybody, it's that time of year. Yes, the time of year for rest and relaxation and relating to family, friends, food, maybe some gifts, all that stuff. This is me making a note to say this year, if you haven't done it before, consider doing a retrospective. A look back on what happened this year, why it happened, how it happened. A look back on the list that you made back in January of this year, whatever you call your list. How did it turn out? Which things went very well, which didn't go so very well. Some of you participated in the Great Lock-In. You remember that? It was a TikTok trend for about 3 weeks. Then people forgot about it. But there was this trend, the Great Lock-In trend of 2025. People had a list of things they wanted to accomplish in the last quarter of 2025, and they were dedicated to going harder than they ever did. How did it turn out? Do a retro for yourself. And in that retro, here's an extra bonus point for you to consider. Not just what went well, what didn't go well, but for each goal, for each thing that you wanted to accomplish, which ones did you do everything you can to accomplish and you just fell short, versus which ones did you not do everything that you possibly can do? Because those are two separate lists, and your approach to resolving them, we're going to look a little differently for both of those. It's just a huge difference. If you think about a race, if you engage in a race, a literal foot race, 100 yard sprint or 100-meter sprint, and one race you give it all you got, gun blast goes off, you're just booking it, right? And you come in sixth. Well, there's a certain kind of analysis you're going to do. There's a certain kind of follow up you're going to have with your coach in terms of your form, in terms of the reps you put in leading up to the race, in terms of analyzing the competition. What are their times? What are we shooting for? There's a certain analysis you're going to have. That analysis is very different from a different race you engage in. Same 100-meter sprint. Gun blast goes off. Pow! Everyone takes off. And at the end of the race, you realize you've been standing at the finish line. And the coach runs up like, why are you standing there? And you have to talk about why you've been scrolling TikTok so much and have such a high amount of screen time instead of racing your race. Why you've been on so many Twitter spaces that don't help you with your race, or other social media engagements that don't help you with your race, or any other activity, period, that seems to capture lots of your time. Thank God for, screen time apps that none of you use. But anyway, all these other things that you do that did not help you win your race, it'll be a different analysis. And I think you can go for this, and I think you can kind of grasp where I'm going with this. It'll be a different analysis, and it'll give you data about how to proceed better in the future, because January is right around the corner. Many of you will be doing a new list. Some of you are going to do it before January. I understand. I'm not even going to say the word. But I want you to win. I want you to win. It's a byline in, I think, my LinkedIn profile. I love helping developers find their wins. But the truth of the matter is I like helping people find their wins. And when there's blockers that I've dealt with, I like to share that with you. Hey, I was flabbergasted this year to learn that I've tested positively for attention deficit and hyperactivity disorder, otherwise known as ADHD. Who knew? But that gave me new data, a new set of data about how this thing operates and how I can make it work for me in a better and more consistent way. I'm not suggesting that's going to be the thing for you, but you want to find your thing. And if you don't know what your thing is, that gap of knowledge has an unfortunate tendency to spread across multiple areas, which is why this talk is not about tech. It's about humaning, how to master yourself a little better. Yeah, those blockers sometimes, mental blockers or others, sometimes spill over into multiple areas of life. And vice versa, when people find out their success patterns, their behaviors of how they act in the world, how they behave, how they organize themselves, when they find that core set of principles, very often that spills over into multiple areas of life. And so it's not uncommon to find people who seem to win at everything or do very well in multiple areas of life, and other people who seem to struggle in multiple areas of life that don't really look connected. The connection is you. So before you try to master tech or finance or relationships or anything else, even your spirituality, the first thing you have to work on is you. And there's so many methods to do that. So I didn't intend to get quite this deep. My main thing was to encourage you to do a retro for your year. Write out the things, rewrite them out, whatever your lists were, and what went well and what didn't go well. Okay, that's the next column. And then final column, did I put forth all of my effort and utilize every resource at my hands? And if the answer is no, before you just try to do it again, try to figure out why. What was stopping me from doing all I could do, right? Not some external factor, because there's no external factor from stopping you doing all that you can do, right? So those become excuses if we put them in the wrong place. I want you in this exercise to evaluate and be honest with just you. You don't have to tell anybody, you don't have to tweet it. Just be honest with yourself. For any task that did not go the way you wanted, did you put forth all of your personal effort? And if you didn't, why? You might know intuitively. It might take some days, some work, some meditating, some praying, some just writing things out. But when you discover that, you'll be given new data to help you succeed in the future. Happy holidays. See y'all soon.